Ah, hello again. This is a continuation really of my walk around the northern lakes of Andover. Now I'm coming down to follow the Anton Way, which does more or less follow the Anton down to Rooksbury Lakes. And I've just got down to the retail park and I'm going to make my way down the path now. There's the river. Well, at this point we leave the river for a while. Andover rivers are not maintained on the banks, they're left wild. So most of the time there's no pathway. So we should be back and join the I've now rejoined the river, just on the outskirts of the town. This flows down and over there, and then we'll turn left and go down towards the town itself. River Anton and the River Anton Way. And here indeed is the river. Heading now down towards the town and the town mill, in fact, which we'll see later. As I said, the banks of the Anton at this place is not walkable. They're not trimmed, there's no path. I hear a waterfall there. Waterfalls always interest me. Lovely. It's February the 13th today. Springs will be rising. We had quite a lot of rain in January. This month, February, we've had nothing, virtually nothing. I found pollution in the river recently. Looked like oil floating down. I guess this is there to catch it, stop it going any further. Well, 60 years ago, a railway came down through those, to the left of those fir trees. It came off the main London-Salisbury line, and it came down through here on an embankment, quite a steep slope down, and followed the course of this road now, and went to the town station, which we'll see later. I'm on a bridge over the Anton now, another one of those pollution catchers across the stream. This heads on down towards the town mill, and that we'll make our way there now. Well, those of you who are still awake after this time will notice that the absence of Mary, who's not feeling too good today and decided she wouldn't come with me. Anyway. She's probably now watching television at home. Well, I've now arrived at the back of the town mills. There's no pub. It was the town mill, and I'm not sure what year it closed, but I'll look it up and put it on the bottom. This would have been the overflow from the mill. Take the excess water away. Now I'm around the front. The name on there is C.A. King and Son. And I did some work for a Cecil King back in the 80s, I suppose. I think he was the miller. Whether he was the son, I don't know. I might be able to look that up. There's now a pub. I don't frequent it very often, but it's not been changed. It's nice. It's lovely. A picture of it all. I don't know when it closed, but I'll find out. Put a note on the bottom of the screen. The Andover pigeons. Now the stream on the left is obviously the mill race, which drove the mill, and on the right was the overflow. And that thing there is supposed to represent the Vikings coming up the river years ago. The ever-present swans, the pigeons. That's called Bridge Street, oddly enough, where those buses are. cross that now and follow the river down. Now just here was level crossing. I mentioned earlier that the railway came down to the town station. The town station was just to my left, around the corner. There's level crossing on this road. There's a footbridge over the railway, sugar box the other side. And this was the main road in those days through the town to the west. And it was a bottleneck. There were tremendous hold-ups when the gates were closed. And I would say the station went through that roundabout there and curved up to the right. It was on a curve, and I went down. The sun's eyes a bit here. I went down to the right and down the Tash Valley. Anyway, let's get back to the river. That's what we're here for. Not the railway way today. It's only time for railways when the weather gets better. It drops. Here's the Anton again, making its way down. So we can now follow it pretty well the whole way to Rooksbury. River Anton Way. Now, there are otters in this area, but I've never seen one. People have. There we go. So it's a rather rushy area here. Good place for otters, I would think. The problem is today I'm going to walk into the sun the whole time on the way down. There's a river on my left. You come up to a bridge. That piece of water I just showed you, that diverts off the main stream, which I'm following still, but it rejoins the Anton further down. Now we cross the river to the other side of the bank and continue along down on the other side of the water. And just looking back upstream from the bridge, the big white buildings are cinema and Asda, fairly new. There's the river again down there. Although you can't read that, it actually says Watermills Park, Coachways. And there was a Coachways company on my left one time. Yes, there's a note of the diesel spill, which we saw the white things lying across the stream to hold it back. Just a bit sticky underfoot at the moment, just here. But there goes the river on its way. I'm always fascinated by fallen trees when the moss grows on them and the sun shines on the moss. Yeah, it's very nice property. It's just up enough to avoid any flooding. A number of carved animals and fish up this path, and they've deteriorated quite a lot over the years, not been maintained very much. And here's an example of lack of maintenance. The whole thing's gone completely. Was an animal of some sort, I imagine. There's some lovely properties here. Look at that. Gorgeous. A willow tree. What more could you ask for? There's a bat that has survived, surprisingly enough. More lovely properties. Oh, if I had $500,000 I could buy one of those. Maybe. Not sure what this is. I thought it was a squirrel at first. It probably is. Or the water vole. It's a water vole trail. Just come up to the lakes now. I'll swing the camera around in a moment. You'll see them. As I say, these lakes are divided into several pieces. As I said, this is Rooksbury Lakes. Rooksbury Mill lakes. They're the biggest ones. Hello. Yes, the Anton Lake is big on its own, but it's nowhere near the area that the Rooksbury lakes cover. Well, I don't know what this is made of. I'm going to walk over it anyway. I'm sure the bridge is alright. Doesn't say danger. Yes, that comes down from the mill, Rooksbury Mill. You just see the mill building up on the right there, amongst the trees. Lovely spot. Very pretty all around here anyway. Even in the winter, the trees stand out and they look their best. Yeah, it's looking downstream again. This is one of the tributaries flowing to the lake. I need to get away from this noisy A303 bypass. It's just deafening. Spoils the peace and tranquility of the place. Looking downstream again. Just met a couple. I asked her about why the bit of timber across the path, and she said they're going to redo the bridge. I said, well, I've just walked across it. There's nothing stopped me on the other end. Just the blackbird. Don't hide.
Overtake you.
Right to this piece, this is the dog-free area that was. Right, that's the battery changed. That'll see me out. Rivers and streams flow in all directions here. They just flown to see me. Hello. I'm not going to stand underneath you. That's what you're waiting for. This is full of little ponds and streams. It's a very pretty place. Sort of shady there with snowdrops. Bird song. Lovely area of snowdrops I've just come across. I've had to check that the camera's pointing the right way. I think it is. Loads of snowdrops on the opposite bank. Oh, really white up through there. I've been here before, but I don't remember seeing snowdrops. It must have been different time of the year. It's beautiful through there. The sun just catching them. And we've got these logs in front with the moss on them. The snowdrops behind. It's made my day. Another nice picture this side. There you are. You're a star on YouTube. I've never seen these snowdrops here before. They must have always been here, but it just never come around at the right time, I guess. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, back up toward town now, straight up. This is the old railway track bed now. This was the line of it. The sun catching that tree, willow tree. It's absolutely gorgeous. Just coming out in leaf as well. Well, that's Rooksbury Mill. Probably is fairly original, that part of the building. Some snowdrops on the lawn, and I'm sure there's water courses run around it and through it. Very pretty. About half a mile to go now. Pretty spot. And a thatched cottage through there. Must be quite old. Footbridge across the river. Must have been a railway bridge here at one time. This was the track bed. I'm sure of that. The cyclist just passed me, staring at her phone. I thought I'd better get out of the way. She won't see me. She would look into the sun. I love silver birch, especially in the winter. Shows everything, all the colours up. There's some more of those lovely riverside properties. I can see cyclamen down there, and looks like what looked like a hydrangea from last year. Really splendid. Other places that water runs out of the bank. There must be a lot of springs up there. The ground rises quite steeply beyond those houses. And that's probably the strongest spring of them all. A lot of water comes out of that all year round. Of course, it might be sewage. There's a pretty little bush there, lovely flowers, which we can end the video on, I think. Almost back to town now, just at the back of Asda. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching very much. See you again on the next one.